Roger Federer is one of the greatest, if not the greatest, tennis player of our generation. And with a decorated career that has lasted more than 2 decades, he has no shortage of money at his disposal. In fact, he's one of the highest paid athletes ever. So what do you do when you're a global tennis superstar with a massive fortune? Let's find out. So what is Roger Federer's net worth? Before we dig into the nitty-gritty details of Federer's insanely luxurious lifestyle, we need to look at how much money he makes. Being one of the most successful tennis players in the history of the sport, you'd guess that he's racked up a lot of money in career prize winnings. You'd be right to think that, and he's only second to Novak Djokovic in this regard, making $130 million in his career. Federer is so much more than just a great tennis player, and for that reason, most of his money was actually made off the court. Thanks to a ton of endorsements, appearance fees, and investments, the 20-time Grand Slam champion is the first tennis player to earn $1 billion in total career earnings. He joins other superstar athletes like Tiger Woods, Floyd Mayweather, LeBron James, Cristiano Ronaldo, and Lionel Messi in the 10-figure club. And of course, being the classy and graceful person that he is both on and off the court, he also takes those qualities with him when he's out shopping. Now, let's look at his homes. When it comes to buying a property, most celebrities go for the flashiest houses that come with all these complicated systems, ripe for a party in a moment's notice. Roger Federer, however, is not that type of person. He likes to live a low-key and luxurious life, preferring elegance over showing off. And that quality becomes pretty evident when you look at the many homes he owns around the globe. For instance, his lavish apartment in Dubai is a perfect getaway home for anyone looking to surround themselves with some silence, high up in the sky. The $23.5 million penthouse is a part of an exclusive tower called Le Rêve, which translates to the dream. And apart from Federer, other athletes like Formula One driver Fernando Alonso also own an apartment in the building that offers incredible views of the ocean. But the tennis star's 5-bedroom penthouse is perhaps the sweetest of the bunch, coming with its own personalized security team, a cutting-edge fitness center, and a 24-hour concierge that offers services from personal butlers, a chauffeur-driven limo, a bookable Ferrari, and a helicopter, all of which can be ordered with just the press of a button. Despite owning such a prime property in Dubai, however, Federer's heart is still tied to his home country of Switzerland, where the tennis legend owns most of his other properties. The first one is a villa in the Swiss village of Valbella, which is right next to a ski resort. He bought this house in 2008 and regularly visits it during the off-season to get some skiing into his system. The chalet also comes with its own tennis court where he can stay on top of his game. But when it's time to sit back and relax, the house has tons of open space that offers a majestic view of the Swiss Alps. Federer's main home, though, is the tax haven Wallerau, which overlooks the tranquil Lake Zurich. However, while the beautiful view is nothing to scoff at, the state-of-the-art construction of the house is perhaps even more impressive than its location. Built on a 1.5-acre plot of land, the $50 million home boasts large floor-to-ceiling windows, massive balconies, and a glass dome, all of which provide an incredible 360-degree view of the mountains and the lake. And of course, no world-class athlete can live in a home without training facilities, so the property also comes with a fully decked-out gym, a spa, and a massive swimming pool. Since this is where he spends most of his time with his wife Mirka and 4 children, the 3-story house has a lot of living space on it. And, for any visitor or guests, he's also built 2 separate apartments, one of which is reserved for his parents. So, Federer isn't one to spare any expense when it comes to his family. Now we have his cars. We've already seen that Roger Federer isn't shy about splurging cash on some expensive things, so you'd expect him to have the swankiest collection of supercars out there, right? Well, not quite. While the Swiss star definitely has some incredible cars in his collection, they're not really supercars. You see, Roger Federer is a very brand-oriented man and only accepts endorsements from companies that he truly loves. And since he's had a long history with the German car manufacturer Mercedes, his garage is also chock full of some exquisite AMGs. The $130,000 AMG GTS is perhaps Federer's most famous vehicle, with its 4-liter twin-turbo V8. And thanks to all of its 500 brake horsepower being directed to the rear wheels, the car is rapid, doing 0 to 60 in just 3.6 seconds. When it's time to show off, then the tennis ace likes to whip out the G-Wagon, which has become a rite of passage for all superstars. And apart from being a $150,000 looker, the car also has plenty of space for him to lug around his tennis equipment. Other than these two, Federer also owns a convertible SL55 AMG, a 5-door CLS 450 for his family outings, and 2 SLS AMGs. So you might be wondering, does he even own anything other than a Mercedes? And, well, the answer to that question would be yes. He does own a Range Rover SVR too, which he probably uses to run errands and go on road trips. And then there is the private jet. You can't be a global superstar athlete that travels around the world and not own a private jet. At some point, it kind of becomes a necessity, and Roger Federer ticks all of those boxes, also owns a private jet. What's different about his jet is the fact that it is kept and maintained by a company called NetJets, whom he also partners with. With that said, while Federer does fly around in a private jet, you'd be surprised to find out that he doesn't actually own a yacht. To be fair to him though, he doesn't seem like the type of guy to party on a yacht anyway. Up next, brand endorsements. Roger Federer is undoubtedly one of the classiest people on planet Earth, but you'd be surprised to find out that he's actually not super deep into his fashion. And this is why most of his outfits and accessories come straight from the brands that he's working with. Of course, he still has the aura that oozes charisma and confidence, which is why any outfit he rocks, whether it's a Dolce & Gabbana suit or a Uniqlo tennis shirt, always looks great. And speaking of brand endorsements, we cannot ignore Federer's love of Rolex watches. The 40-year-old has been the face of Rolex for over 15 years and defines what it means to be a brand ambassador. So it's not a surprise that he has an incredible collection of Rolex watches, ranging from the super rare GMT Master 2 Batman all the way to the iconic $36,000 Rolex Day-Date 2 Ever Rose Gold. For the longest time, the Swiss maestro had a massive deal with Nike, which saw him rocking his iconic RF headband and clothing on the court. However, recently, Federer has moved away from the company, opting to go for Uniqlo gear instead. For tennis rackets, though, there's no better choice than Wilson, and Federer agrees with that as well. Other than that, he's also linked with brands like Gillette, Barilla, Rimowa, Sunrise, On, and Moet and Chandon. And then, philanthropy. Roger Federer's accomplishments both on and off the court are truly spectacular, but sometimes his charity work is often overlooked. Being the owner of the Roger Federer Foundation, the tennis star has transformed hundreds of lives around the world. His foundation operates mainly in Southern Africa and Switzerland with the aim of alleviating poverty through access to early education. He often visits different schools and learning centers to oversee the work being done there. Other than that, he also frequently holds charity events like the Match for Africa that involve other top tennis stars to raise money for the foundation. In fact, his Match for Africa initiative has grown so much that it raises millions of dollars with each outing. Other than that, he also likes to auction off his match-winning equipment to raise money for various causes. And if someone else comes knocking at his door to take part in a special charity event like the Rally for Relief or the Victorian Bushfire Appeal, he's always up for it. Honestly, what a great guy. Now, we could go on and on about Federer's achievements and how he's changing the world, but sadly, we're out of time for today. So that's a wrap for this video. Are you impressed by Federer's philanthropy work? Let us know in the comments below. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. See you in the next one.